This is an unboxing video of the Railking by MTH Electric Trains 462 Imperial Streamlined Crusader steam engine. This particular model is in the Halloween livery, if you will, and it's number 30-1703-1, and it's the Halloween steam engine number 1031. While doing the unboxing, I'm going to also provide a little bit of history on the actual Crusader steam engine that was running starting in the 1930s to provide a little extra bit of knowledge to anybody who's watching this unboxing video. And I had picked this engine up just because it's cool. I like the Art Deco style when they took traditional steam engines and tried to make them look more streamlined or aerodynamic, I suppose. And this particular one is very cool because it was a Halloween version, which I just thought was cool. There's always quite a few different Christmas versions of model trains and toy trains, but this one was unique, so I picked it up. The actual Crusader was a streamlined express train that ran on a 90.3-mile route from Philadelphia's Reading Terminal to Jersey City's Communipaw Terminal, with a ferry connection to Lower Manhattan. The Reading Railroad provided this service in partnership with the Central Railroad of New Jersey, which is the CNJ, in which it was the majority owner of capital stock. Trains operated over CNJ tracks for the 30 miles from Jersey City to Bound Brook and over the Reading system for the 60 miles from Bound Brook to Philadelphia. Introduced in 1937, the service declined during the 1960s, and the southern part of the route was cut in 1981, followed by the northern part in 1982. By the 1930s, the Reading Company offered hourly expresses from Reading Terminal to Communipaw Terminal via the New York branch. In 1937, the railroad introduced a new premier service. Built by the Budd Company of Philadelphia, the dedicated train set was a 5-car stainless steel streamliner. The train consisted of 2 stainless steel coaches, 2 observation cars, and a tavern dining car. By placing the 2 round-end observation cars at each end of the passenger cars, the railroad eliminated the need to turn the train around at the terminals. Only the locomotive had to be turned around at the completion of each trip. 2 full coaches bracketed the tavern dining car, which operated in the middle of the train. Also matching the stainless steel cars were 2 streamlined Pacific steam locomotives. Each locomotive had a specially built tender, the coal car, that wrapped around the observation car directly behind it. A contest was held to find the name for the new train, offering a $250 cash prize to the winner. The Crusader, the entry of Mr. P.W. Silzer of Plainfield, New Jersey, won the prize, selected by a committee of 29 railroad officials from among 6,086 suggestions. The Crusader's first regular run was on December 13th, 1937. The train was scheduled to make 2 round trips 6 days a week. Sundays were reserved for maintenance work. In the early 1950s, the steam engines were replaced with diesel-powered EMD FP7 locomotives. In 1962, the original train set was sold to the Canadian National Railway, and the train began using smooth-sided cars originally made for the Reading's other upscale Philadelphia to Jersey City Reading train, the Wall Street. By the mid-1960s, the Crusader and Wall Street were the only remaining trains operating on the section between Bound Brook and West Trenton. In May 1967, the Aldine Plan went into effect. This closed the Communipaw Terminal and diverted trains to Newark Penn Station, adding 13 minutes to the commuter to Wall Street. The trains could not go beyond Newark Penn Station to New York Penn Station because diesel-powered trains are not permitted in the North River tunnels. The locomotive hauled service soon ended, replaced by 2 Budd Rail diesel cars. Deteriorating track and additional stops caused the length of the trip to increase from its 90 minutes to 110 minutes. The service, like many former Reading and CNJ lines, was eventually subsidized by SEPTA and New Jersey Transit. In the early 1980s, SEPTA began cutting back its diesel-powered lines in preparation for the opening of the electric-only Center City commuter connection. Through service from Philadelphia to Newark ended on July 30th, 1981. SEPTA continued service on its electric West Trenton line with a connection to a once-daily, weekday-only diesel West Trenton-Newark shuttle. The service ended on December 3rd, 1982, when the New Jersey Transit Shuttle made its final trip to poor ridership and a budget deficit. The trip served 290 daily passengers and cost $319,000 annually to run. New Jersey Transit had explored restoration for the service as its own West Trenton line. 2 of the train's original 5 cars are known to survive. One of the observation cars is in the collection of the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania at Strasburg, Pennsylvania. The other observation was in service as part of the Spirit of Washington dinner train in Washington State until 2007 and is now part of the passenger car fleet of Iowa Pacific Holdings. Now for a little more information, let's go to the actual MTH Electric Trains website and find out a bit more about the 462 Crusader and the model specifically. From the MTH Railking site, it says, the 462 Crusader, one of the greatest trains to ever grace the rails, was first named by a Reading Railroad contestant winner in 1937. Early the next year, the 5-car, 255-ton stainless steel Crusader train burst onto the railroad scene. Styled by Paul Krett and manufactured by the Budd Company, the actual Crusader featured an observation car at each end of it and a diner car in the center of its consist. The locomotive picked to pull the train was a 462 Pacific-style locomotive, restyled with a streamlined stainless steel sheathing. Rail fans never tired of seeing the exciting silver and blue streak that for the next 13 years made the twice-daily commute between Philadelphia and Jersey City. The Crusader's unique colors and streamlined styling will make a welcome addition to any O-Gauge fan's layout or collection. Featured die-cast metal boiler, tender and chassis construction, the Crusader sports all the standard features O-Gaugers have come to expect in a Railking steam locomotive, including metal drive wheels, gears and rods, remotely controlled proto-couplers, synchronized puffing proto-smoke, and a precision flywheel-equipped motor with MTH's industry-leading speed control. Available in 4 stylish paint schemes, any of these engines will make a handsome consist when coupled to a matching set of passenger cars. And as I mentioned, this particular engine is the O-Gauge Railking 462 Crusader steam engine with Proto Sound 3.0 in the Halloween livery, and that is model number 30-1703-1. Features of this engine include intricately detailed die-cast boiler and chassis, intricately detailed die-cast tender body, colorful paint scheme, a real tender coal load, die-cast locomotive trucks, hand-painted engineer and fireman figures, metal handrails and whistle, metal wheels and axles, remote-controlled proto-coupler, prototypical Rule 17 lighting, constant voltage LED headlight, operating tender LED backup light, operating LED firebox glow, powerful precision flywheel-equipped motor, synchronized puffing proto-smoke system, locomotive speed control and scale miles per hour increments, wireless drawbar, onboard DCC and DCS decoder, near-scale proportions, Proto Sound 3.0 with the digital command system featuring passenger station proto effects, and it measures 19 3/4 inches by 2.5 inches by 3 5/8 inches, and it operates on U31 curves. So that is the overview of the real Crusader, as well as the unboxing of the Halloween decorated 462 Crusader that I have picked up. And my next kind of, I guess, in a trick-or-treat way, the next treat, I guess, will be actually running it on my railroad. So I will catch you in a few, and we'll take a look at it in action.